If you're ever out hiking in nature, it's inevitable that at least sometimes you may stumble upon some wildlife. But as Gary Horcher reports, one national park in the Pacific Northwest is working really hard to relocate a specific animal that's wreaking some havoc and that they say shouldn't have been there in the first place.
At first glance, the sight of blindfolded mountain goats looking like hostages swinging from a helicopter at Olympic National Park might appear cruel. But a national expert team of wildlife biologists and veterinarians are making sure they're being moved to a far better life for the goats and for people. Now, by the time we shot this video, 37 mountain goats had already been tranquilized, netted, and gently airlifted by a unique team of aerial wildlife movers.
So I knew these guys could do this job.
The job of rounding up and wrangling even a sedated, sharp-horned mountain goat to a different mountain range can be very deadly, dangerous business. Some of these goats weigh 350 pounds.
Well, when I was much younger and more nimble, I used to do this, and I was never anywhere near as good as these guys are. I mean, they're just really good at what they do.
But the goal of the biggest wild mountain goat move in history is to move them 75 miles away from the Olympic National Park range, where they have been an invasive species for nearly 100 years.
These goats are not native here. They were introduced here in the 20s, before we were a park.
The goats have long been considered a threat to native vegetation and even to people. Wildlife experts say mountain goats are attracted to salt in human sweat and even to urine. And because there is so little natural salt in the Olympics, the goats became attracted to people.
So they have learned not to be afraid of people because we're a national park, and then they made that connection with, I can get salts from people if I'm around them.
In 2010, 63-year-old hiker Robert Boardman was killed on a trail by a 370-pound aggressive goat. It took years to come up with a new plan to remove all of the goats and put all of them into the Cascade range, where there is a lot more natural salt and food and a lot fewer people.
The ears are quite clean.
Every goat, every nanny, and every kid will get the kid glove treatment and a complete checkup.
And we're working to release them as quickly as possible so to kind of minimize that stress on them.